week number 2 of the Americas. As 53 seconds are left on the clock. A Nebula being called up. Recall now for the swing out. But it's a 1v1 over there trying to close in onto Xeppaa. Around the corner, it's still going to be tuyz with the first blood. But then we push in towards the A site. Fighting back over on that area, and C9 rotates right away.
That, if they were wondering how it would work if they didn't have that pressure on A by a Viper Cypher, it looks like Zellsis is going to be hanging around, activating the turret in mid to prevent a flank, and still is able to hold site. So mid A hold by Zellsis. They're able to kind of fake it again, pull Loud around, but still hit that retake on B. It's planted. This 2v4 is going to be tough for Loud.
Footsteps are being heard towards the spawn, while Les is fighting towards the entrance of the B site. Tuyz just waiting there with the frenzy. So that flank watch now has to come into responsibility of Leaf. Fault line from Runi, from the back of the site, just running this clock down. And C9 are running the perfect protocols. Finally, one more to go.
Numbers for Loud, though. The gamble stack is there. They're just leaving aspas at A here to figure out if Jake is lurking behind.
There's no util left for Runi, so the only initiation is going to be Lisa's flash, which brings it in. Satchel's also from Xeppaa. B site is now open and cleared by the lockdown as a plant comes in for B main. A full 5-player retake for Loud as a flash goes in for spawn. Indication of 1 player for C9 to get ready on that post plant. On the other end though, Loud looking to initiate back on their own flashes, dropping from B heaven. Xeppaa on the first blood, but gets quickly traded out by cauanzin. All 4 players of Loud still stuck towards the top. As Runi fights from the bottom. Make that even 3 for him. Comes with an operator into this round, but it starts off with a rolling thunder. Aspas is not affected. Looking up towards heaven, but misses the shot. A rare miss coming out from Aspas as they're fighting close. Jake with the shorty drops cauanzin. And there's only 1 more player stuck inside of the site. No way of escape.
Right to the throat. Rolling thunder to start it off, making sure that operator wasn't close. It didn't matter. Xeppaa's still up top in B heaven.
Finally with this gap, Tuyz comes back.
Healing over here.
Feel like nearly impossible for the retake to happen for Loud. Unless we get lucky on some shots, some over-peaking like this coming out from C9. But the protocol comes back for a flank. Waste on that clock. Runi comes in from B main. Up at the top of mail, here's the first drop. Information on the second. Alerted are the other round.
Now 5 towards A.
Scout destroyed.
Cloud9 doesn't seem to be favoring the 1-4 or really worrying about the Loud push or flank. They're moving in on the site and backing each other up.
That's a play. A fault line to a Trailblazer. Satchel through Seekers to clear out the A site. No opportunity for Aspas to get any shots coming out from the operator. Now playing from the back of the map. The barrel of the gun, a shot missing.
Another miss.
As Lift runs across for the entry into the B site as well. Well, fighting back towards the spawn. I mean, what can you really do for the last 2 players remaining from Loud?
Stars go down. They're just playing for safety. Again, another round that Loud is forced to just save guns. It's tough. Tuyz is going to look for a frag. They're looking for some ecos here. And this cannot continue to happen. If they buy the operator, they need to see a return on investment. They need to see the frags.
And aiming on the run by right there. Inches for the 2nd time against Xeppaa's run-in. Clearing out the heavens. Information to gamble for a stack towards the A site. The fake's not going to work. Conflict divided. It's ready for Aspas. The first blood up to Zellsis as Zellsis falls. But the rest of C9 are still moving in. Low on HP from all of the info coming out. All the util retaliated by Loud.
Spike
and they answer back on an eco. Spike now down on a 4 versus 1. Jake's going to have to try to clutch this. Here's the first one. Drops back in. 10 seconds left. Has to go for that spike. The flag for the swing. It's going to be too much. An opportunity here for Loud to come back as they finally have also come in. And now shots are landing. First blood for Aspas there. Wow. Detain is going to be Jake as Thrash comes out for an aggressive B push. Runi trying to save his teammate. Countering back with the flashes. Double swing, double fight. Not going to work. As Runi's looking to aim lab some more. Spike is now down towards B, and Seekers also spawns the last 2 players. So the lurk will not work here for Xeppaa. The backstab, the flank, no go. And it's Loud all over this spike.
Loud trying something different this round.
Yeah.
A quick AO.
Zellsis pinned, cornered. A lockdown trying to push him away, but his shot from both angles. And unfortunately falls. Allows Xeppaa to gain some space. 1 versus 1 down towards the sewers, as that's less down to 11 HP. And 3 players just ready to greet Xeppaa across. Breaking the crosshair placement. Setting up here potentially. There you go with the rolling thunder into the site.
Aspas, did he dodge?
Cauanzin didn't though. Oh. Tuyz also didn't, but still gets a crosshair with saadhak.
What are they doing?
Perfect for 2 more kills. And now with the Nebula, it forces the 2 players just to hold behind the smoke for C9. Finally, Zellsis moves in, long range for the kill, and Jake has to come in for a clutch on low HP.
Themselves here, and the more that stay alive for these rounds, it's so good for Loud. They're trying to rebuild this economy. As I say that, the Casper curse rings true.
Oh no,
that's gonna be a hot foot. I may be staying safe, but I feel like C9 has the upper hand here to crush the site. I think we have a full 5v5 retake on our hands coming up.
There's no stars available though for Jake, so we have open angles coming out for the defense. And the up comes in, Flash trying to push him out. Jake falls. 10 seconds left on the clock. We're looking for the plant. We'll get it on the top of A Heaven.
Molly on.
Time for Loud to fight back. Showstopper out towards screens. Zellsis gets the first contact inside vents. Gets immediately traded out. And Les is closing in on A Heaven. 2 more players left on the defense, stuck inside the site. And it's the players with low weaponry. A Bulldog and a Stinger. From both the star players of Leaf and Xeppaa, protecting each other, advancing on the other. As it turns it over, Aspas has to go for a clutch now. Flash available, not
ready to hit A here. Cosmic Divide comes out.
Just good enough.
What
Flash
utility?
pushing the op away from Aspas. Cosmic Divide as you called Riv, and C9 moves into an open site. We have an early flank coming in. Footsteps will be heard as cauanzin's trying to move up for the backstab.
Spike planted.
3 players now from Loud towards A main. All of C9 stuck inside the A site, looking to regain map control towards screens. Aspas updrafting, but not connecting with the Blade Storm. Trying to retake with the operator with the rest of the teammates. A trade-off happens from both teams. A 3 versus 3. As the spike is not planted really for C9, so they just have to win their duels.
1 enemy remaining.
Flanker doesn't work. Jake on his own. Up to halfway. As now he has to move forward. Cannot get the kill.
Set with the utility as the Trailblazer tries to find where Loud is. They did a very similar thing in their first round towards MIBR. So they're going to try to come up here to A Heaven and again lock that down. Second layer, drop in sight or head back to B.
Ready with the fault line is Runi. Footsteps now being heard as Loud is trying to take over A Heavens. Now gets cooped from Dizzy as the wingman comes down for an attempted plant at halfway, but it's not even neat.
Let's see it again, because that was quick.
Yeah, that's actually great util from Zellsis.
Bonus could be tough, and Loud is planting on 1 person in sight. So you throw all this util at, there's nothing they're going to be able to do. And here they actually find an empty site with the fact that Runi already went down.
The first wingman plant coming out from Loud for B main, but nobody's playing that spot. Everybody's inside the site, and there's a late lurk from Les down towards sewers. 3 players of Cloud9 moving forward for the retake from spawn.
Concealment.
Zellsis at B Heaven still waiting for this 1v1. Will win it against Les. Meanwhile, battle ensues towards the trade in the back of B site. Gravity Well, Nova Pulse coming out from C9 in the back. It works out for the stun, but the trade-off once again, and cauanzin gets 2. Zellsis looking to clutch.
Take everything away from them. Already pushing out towards B, and this isn't looking good here.
Oh! Jay gets the first kill, almost a time for Tuyz to get the first one, but indeed it's C9's time to play aggressive. Seekers then to spot information towards A main, allowing Zellsis to get the pick off the cauanzin. 1 more spotted towards the A ramp. Nebula forced. Losing Tuyz so early into this round is no smokes for them to get into the sites. So you're right, grabbing this orb could be important, but that would give your position away. So Loud's playing contact instead. A fight towards B Heaven as Aspas drops in towards Hell. 2 players inside the site as players are falling down. Les is fighting in. 14 seconds left. There's only one player inside the site. Both players on the attack, fully blinded for the flash from Leaf. And really just playing behind the box. A double swing. And that denies everything. A 1 versus 1, no time to plant. As that was a key swing.
Mid gets thrashed right away. There's no waiting to be had.
Just trying to clear towards vents. Leaf looking back down, trying to salvage the thrash, but Leaf is once again there. No dancing could escape.
It's getting
Loud
silly.
from the trap here left by Leaf. Indeed, it is crazy. As it's crazy aim coming out from the defender of Cloud9.
Thrash is ready.
Again, and even the patience they're doing. It's something to mention about how C9 even defended this round is incredible. We're focusing right now on how this one plays out with 1 minute left. Saadhak goes back into that vent. They try to look for a small re-hit with already the play from Les getting clearance on ramp.
Especially with the thrash that came out. Early control from Loud on both heavens. And just hoping to punish. Summoning from C9 and they're able to punish Leaf. Peeking out from Matt. A swing coming out from 2 players of Cloud9 as Xeppaa falls. Les is coming in the fight.
Oh my.
Swinging around back in favor of Loud. They're at the player advantage. No wingman available, so we have to commit into the plant.
3v2.
Tuyz on the top, making sure nobody else rotates over. But the plant will be safe. Well, maybe not. Gravity Well forces him out.
10 seconds
Now
left.
he's gonna go for the default instead.
Welcome to my world.
Wow. They're looking to fully secure this round. No chances, but again, Viper's Wall will give space to Zellsis moving into sight. It's the damage Zellsis will take moving through is what they're hoping for right now.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna push onto a ramp alone, or together rather.
Spotting it through. Zellsis comes in for a kill if he can. Has the lockdown if he wants it. There's not too much time left on the clock. So he's just looking to make the last few players allowed lose their weapons, make it expensive into the next. Actually, the economy is very low for both of these teams into this round, so a huge swing round. Losing both of these guns for Loud would be huge for C9 into the next. But at the end of the day,
if anything, it might be coming through sewers. So Loud is actually gathering a lot quicker than previous rounds here. It looks like they want to just get into more of an activate on site form and have everybody ready for it. Drawing out some great util to make this easier with that Killjoy util away from Zellsis. The lockdown's going to be forced out.
trying to slow things down.
Oh, wait!
Yeah, that's going to get stopped by the mosh pit. Nicely thrown here.
Oh, wow.
Still Rolling Thunder available for the retake. Plant comes in and Loud understands that everybody's falling out from the A site, playing towards the A ramp for the take, and it's planted for them too. It only affects one player on the Rolling Thunder, and here comes the Dizzy in the back, and it's still a trade-off. Xeppaa still answering onto cauanzin. 3 players now at the top for Loud. Nice shot by Jake. Only Les and tuyz trying to clutch this for Loud and stay into this fight. Snakebite onto the ground. Cosmic Divide about to disappear, and it's just Xeppaa on his own. Showstopper close, lands it onto Les.
With saadhak against MIBR, and C9 just come in looking to run the show and send a message on map 1. Huge round by Xeppaa to pick up this kill that made that Rolling Thunder possible for the retake.
Game plan was perfect, and indeed for this round as well. No players detained as the Thrash came out on the attack to answer back on C9's aggression. Have to use
Back
it
and
here.
forth.
Can't drop it in events back up the ropes, right? So
Yeah. Thrash is done.
Star towards the back. 1v1 long range. Nice shot by Jake as he gets dinked himself by 140 Phantom of tuyz. Answer back by a Snakebite. Plant now coming down for saadhak's wingman. As no lurk comes in, no flank for C9.
3v3.
Runi once again with the Sheriff. Headshot and cauanzin, it's only less. Moving up, making a lot of noise. Spotted by Runi again. A 2 versus 1. Pink shells to come up. Makes it a 1v1. An ace would be perfect to keep the dream alive. As now as he swings out, Zellsis wins it.
Kills on the distraction. The chaos they're making, we're going right in, man.
The chaos starts now, and it's Chaos 9 moving in outside of B main.
Spike down B.
Smoke coming outside, just trying to pick up the spike if we can. And we're fighting just right back through smokes.
Absolutely absurd gamble to go to B. Everybody is there, all 5. The only one that was coming in through mid was Rooney and already to be at tiles, but okay, Spike is pushed back and Loud now have to make up a strat with 2, 30 seconds into the round.
Only 1 cloudburst available for Aspas, who's under pressure long range to start things off against Zellsis. And all these footsteps from Leaf. Gonna call that out. A rotation from C9 that was attempted to go from B towards A just stays planted now towards B. Funneling everybody right now towards this stack. There's still a lot of time left here for Loud to try to fight back towards mid if they want to.
Identified by the flash, like a slow play for Leaf here.
And the last one!
A new look already. C9 is going full aggression here to start off. Now they'll allow a little bit of space for Loud as a B hit comes in and Loud's looking for the sheriff shots.
Good shock dart too to break the nanoswarm in the beginning, but a recon dart to retaliate coming out from Rooney is damaging Loud. Loud's attempt to get into the site. Look how low all of their HP are in this post plant.
Spike planted.
Honestly, B gets pretty tricky to take, especially if you have sheriffs on the right angles. A few are in the site, and it's going to have to be Leaf again, causing that chaos to start it off. Vansili, and the retake is on.
Talk about that sheriff in the back. That's Aspas at Boathouse. Underhand flash, full blinded into the site, but the cavalry is here for a bit. Aspas still holding in the back of the site, a 2 versus 2. A timing to come in. And it's up to tuyz now. One-way smoke that he threw in the beginning is now encumbersome for himself. As we're sticking on to the fuse, only 1 more to go. 17 HP, a fake TP, and Zellsis has to stick onto the plant. And he gets the shot! 3 ways to get executed into a site. And this is where great opportunities for great players can shine. As shining the site, couple of flashes being thrown on the attack for Loud. Oh, the timing on less to open things up and catch Zellsis with nanoswarms in his hands. A wall bang coming in, and that's Loud all over the B site.
Loud playing to the util, but I think also knowingly playing to the less numbers that Cloud9 has. Usually that Killjoy will be pretty often on an island by themselves with the utility. So yeah, if you can have Aspas breaking through, again, the secondary scalers coming in being the really important ones there as Aspas works the switch, then Cloud9's left in that retake position right now. Here. Much harder than you get on split to squeeze into these angles.
Here.
Loud's chasing.
Yep, they have to get back to the spike on this one.
Because of the thrifty. Crossfire in. cauanzin again with the Odin. Leaf activating here, the dash. Down.
B. And they still want to play to it. Adding pressure. Where usually teams would fear it. Now up towards Cat, Vansili. They're trying to push through tree into sight.
Yeah, even with that paranoia. Loud now showing their hand, showing that they want to go for. And they hit into the A site, planning for A main. Early paranoia comes out though for the defense. Aspas trying to gain space on the top and does get the kill through the smoke. So that's the operator down. Hunter's Fury available, so we have to fight quick for C9. But Aspas still fights in. Xeppaa then close for 2 of his own. Looking for that 3rd one, but it's still a trade-off on different parts around that site. cauanzin stuck on a 2 versus 1.
Oh no.
Low HP Zellsis stopped.
No, they won't.
Flicks back towards heaven. And he's running away. The timing that he has on his Hunter's Fury. And it's up to Rooney.
They both have it.
Tap onto the spike. There's that Hunter's Fury.
Shoot it back.
And he fights back. It's a Legolas battle. And now back on a tap onto the spike, the jump spot. And it's going to be cauanzin that wins. Bring utility towards B main. Already with the flash. Another swarm coming in from Loud. Null come in now. Out on the defense for Xeppaa. Canceling that utility as a trade comes off. Still an opportunity to res Xeppaa.
Oh my word.
But it's that Odin once again.
Just a clothesline through the wall.
Trying to get this kill on switch. And finally we stop that Odin to the cost of the KO falling, but we'll take that any day of the week.
tuyz again.
2 versus 1, fake TP into the corner.
Loud searching. A nice 0 point to start on that wine area.
Big pressure up towards A main and the Odin. Rooney's only able to get 1. Weak insight towards the A site, but thankfully it is Zellsis in there with all of that utility from Killjoy. Aldrone trying to spot Zellsis as he's trying to delay with his KJ utility. And it's denied for long enough. Look at this flank coming in here from C9. Zellsis even gets a first kill. The last two players looking to flank towards A main. Timing can happen, and it will. Lockdown still up, and Leaf just gets
that jet is needed.
Always been very fast. This time on Paranoia, null command, and a dash already into sight. Recon dart, beautifully done. Zellsis gets the kill onto Aspas. The plant will still go down here on the attack for A main. No ults for the retake for Cloud9. Such a late rotate back, and that's the Aldrone, so that's going to help clear things out. Force C9 to push a little bit more quickly towards tree. Big
waiting
smoke.
for flashes. Yep, everything about to come out in retaliation.
Utility still available for the delay. Fragments set out from saadhak. A peek coming in from Leaf. Shock darts once again to delay on the pulse plant on the attack. There's still so much utility left from both teams. And finally we engage. But that clock is ticking out onto that spike, and it's still going to be loud all over that scoreboard.
Yeah.
One more to go. Stop.
Drone and activate aspas. There we go.
Dashed in now into the cloudburst. Second one to play around the dice. Utility now being broken. A full open sight for a plant.
Spike planted.
C9 once again have to go. Drilled protocol for the retake. He's ready to slow down once again. Another one of these rounds where there's just too much utility on the attack of the post plant. 0 point, Paranoia, Fragment still available on the attack. C9 is just trying to find the right timing. It's off Rooney's recon dart potential, but the flash recon coming in. A drop in towards hell. Leap opens it up, but it's still players of Cloud9 following. This is actually in range of a null command too, so all of that utility once again fully denied.
Find the Killjoy.
Hunter's Fury into the site. Counter coming back on the defense. We still have players in site B now for C9. Leaf opens it up at the staircase. Zellsis on the top of the box has never been spotted. It's now the spike being down. Leaf trying to delay. A fight towards logs as Les stops him. Spike still looking to get picked up here out in the open. Aldrone coming out too, and Loud doesn't even care about the spike. Runi now. And another attempt to clutch. But there's so many bullets in the chamber here with this Odin. A little bit of a love tap. As the recon comes in, he gets pinged out. But tuyz has triggered display to not swing out yet. Only swings out leading towards his B site.
Oh, hello. There's 5 on a 0 point.
And no util, but Lee still gets the opening kill onto Aspas. So duelist versus duelist, the head-to-head. One more onto the tally of Leaf. A dash in to hit the switch, closing that door, trying to get a timing. But instead, it's just going to be saadhak waiting to knife out that door, allowing Cloud9 to get into the site, and a safe plant.
Deja vu on pistol round. C9 has the hold as well.
Frenzies for the retake. 3 players for Loud. And that's a big paranoia that could come out here with. Oh man, these shot darts are still looking pretty good here for cauanzin. There's that paranoia to come in. That's gonna hit them like a bus. tuyz still gets the kill onto Leaf before he gets hit by that paranoia. Loud answering back, but it's still a 2 versus 1. saadhak tapping onto the spike, spraying with that frenzy, running out of bullets. And now being met up by the spike. Less ADSing towards the switch, and jakee opens it up on A. This might be a huge pivot with 30 seconds left. But look at Loud already rotated towards A.
You thought you were getting your first mid play of the round, but it's not. They're going back to cat of the game, and it's going to be shots coming in. tuyz does his best to stop Xeppaa, but they're still going to make it in. This plant's going to be tight, Van Silly.
And Aspas is still at generator. Gets that first one onto Runi. Swings across and Xeppaa answers back. 10 seconds left on the clock. Shock darts coming in. Will it land? Will it kill? It will not. Plant now comes down. cauanzin also picked off. ADS by Last. Who gets 2? Back to a 1 versus 1. Xeppaa jiggling out towards this generator. As Les is looking to put this turret down. Now spotted, still on top of heaven. And Xeppaa will eventually get...
Okay, what are you going to peek off it? Trying to read what Loud's doing. Here, so quick towards that cat area. The tree is already taken over.
Odin, paranoia, nice assist as cauanzin gets the pick onto Leaf. Start things off They haven't identified the operator out from aspas yet. C9 still looking at pressure to break that killjoy utility into the A site.
Spike retrieved.
The spike just got heard being dropped down towards the tree for Loud. Gotta go back into defaulting at this point now for Cloud9. Heroic play attempt by Jake, who does get the dink onto Les, who's down to 1 HP. Hunter's Fury down on the attack. As everybody's rotating towards the B site. A TP in the back. Runi still connects onto cauanzin. And there's Les, that 1 HP falls. A timing for aspas, potentially to move towards the market. Even for saadhak inside the site. And that's Jake to answer back onto tuyz. All over the place. As now the spike's down. 18 seconds left. Aspas, who missed a few, is landing all of these and gets the third one.
The tension of the last peak, well, is trying to make the trade, trying to make the reload as the operator racks the last bullet, but aspas too fast, too ready. It's already peeking out. They're gonna know that mid to A is probably the big hit.
Heard that off ring across the B main, breaking the turret for Zellsis, so that's a good call. Gonna be the call for C9 to move now towards generator inside the site. Immediate trade coming out, and Les is still dancing around the generator. Still 2 players anchoring towards the back of the A site. The crossfire is perfect. That turret's still up. That turret's so busy. Can't deal with it, and finally, Zellsis fights.
3 here, Loud on game point. A lot of ultimates to be used on defense. And already, aspas just shuts down Zellsis.
C9 has not gained too much here in terms of map control.
I'm down for a pearl
with that
match.
timing.
Roll it in. Let's go. Still cautious.
Oh!
Powers out.
Les was always ready for that one. Jake falls, and that's no smokes. But you get timing off the 0 point that was thrown before by saadhak.
Still very cautious in this play. Everybody's so far back. Like, take B, fine, have it. We have the utility to retake.
And Leaf drops Les, so there's no flank coming out early into this round. And we have an early push, an aggressive push from Xeppaa at the staircase towards market. And an opportunity here for these 3 players to come in clutch for Cloud9. 0 point answered back to initiate the retake. It spots at least Leaf into the radius of B main. Hunter's Fury then on to the defense, but there's that position from Xeppaa. Lands onto the second kill, dodging the blade storm to get the third. And counts in with the Odin, fragment on the ground. And Xeppaa even falls back, running that clock down. Well done. But that now brings in the 1 versus 1. Runi has to come up huge. The spray from the Odin. The tap onto the spike. And the spray still comes out. Misses that fight, but at least he's done his job. The spike will go off, and C9 will be able to win. Null command coming out. And we do have, no, the Odin coming out to drop Runi. Spike now drop Paranoia. cauanzin falls to fall back. Les also spraying through the smoke to drop 1. And C9 looking to at least regain that space as much as they could. Running into the smoke. Jakee's looking for a fight. But there's only 1 left now, pinged out. Leaf, you have a lot in your hands right here. And you're gonna fall down.
Towards mid.
It's a flash to start things off. Counter flash and first blood from aspas. Loud just storming in, coming in Loud for sure. A ride into A main. As now you're forced a wall early. He gets instantly broken. Then through the high tide, aspas gets a kill.
They know.
No lurk to work. And that's gonna be his B site. Sage wall available for Runi, who does have the spike on his back. Blaze wall out from Zellsis to scale up inside the map for C9. And it's fully cleared. You hear the marshal just ringing, but no contact as we have the first engagement into B-Link. Nobody damaged out of that one. It's actually Loud that comes out of it more wounded than C9 on a post plant.
Placing swarm grenade.
1v1 battle towards the back. KJ versus KJ. As Les is trying to move forward towards the back of the B halls. It's still Zellsis and Jake forcing the swing out. Who does get 2 for his trouble before Les answers back with 2 of his own. And saadhak's still on this battle up against Leaf, who's changed from a duelist into a sentinel for this round. A cascade to allow for Loud to push up forward for a bit, who's now down to halfway.
Halfway.
Sticking on to the spike, now off it. Oh, pulls out the knife. There's no more time here. Leaf will come out. Falling back. Triple player crossfire set up inside the A site for Loud. Hot hands on to the ground. First contact, saadhak stops to run it back. Now we're moving in for a plant. Less than saadhak though, fighting back. So rotation's already coming through from Loud. Cascade on to the front of the A main. Big battle into the front as Les wins that one against Xeppaa. Jig peeking out, forcing the bullets out. Aspas forced to fall away from a dash. And a kill through a blaze wall left behind by Zellsis. Now has to come up huge now that the high tide comes out on a retake attempt. Off now, greeted by Aspas. Towards B. Triple push.
Slow things down. Little do they know, Cloud9's ready with 4 to get into B, but the util's still there.
Tried to move up for a contact play. C9 did spot saadhak at the top of B heavens. And as they're trying to run through this toxic screen, everybody's getting decayed. Nova Pulse is coming inside the site. Overwhelming C9 on their attempt to hit towards B. Reckoning even on top. And Runi's gonna have to dance around for a bit. Dink through a wall, and it's looking impossible now. But Runi has done it before.
30 seconds left.
And he's done it on this very map. A jump spot here. A swing out to the right. And come down, and there you go. Could flash through this too. Wall for a boost to try to spot towards the flower pots. Cascade. But we're giving up the site for Loud.
Cheeky little peek, Loud again, even on the gun rounds. They stay mostly out of the sight here, realizing that run it back can do quite a bit of damage, and now they go to retake.
Aspas is so far for this flank, and is trying to flank with an operator. Locked down two to delay the clock onto the spike, but tuyz is still fighting. A nice first kill on a 4 versus 4. Heals then coming out, and after this, Xeppaa still watching that flank for now. Runi staying on top of the boxes, or should I say the wall, as it gets broken off, and finally spots Aspas, so that cancels that out.
Jig is up.
Tap onto the spike, fighting through the high tide, but it's definitely looking at a C9 round.
Hot hands goes out on the spike. No defuse able to come through. Ooh, just hiding. A sliver of life to have. Oh, they...
Placing swarm grenade.
As now in this flash, yes, they'll get a bit of information being thrown on the defense for cauanzin, but no rotates really coming out for the defense. You still think that C9's playing a default.
Cheeky little molly there, coming in from the attack side. Good job by Leaf to really push out B connector, but it's not all happening at once. Everybody takes defensive positions again for Loud. It's a trade on each side.
A rare lurk. Seeker's coming out. We don't clear towards the back of the billboard, and unfortunately, a couple of C9 players fall down. The advantage out for Loud, and it's a comeback towards the B link, and that activates an early Viper's Pit for less, making it even more difficult for C9. And look at the utility from the KJ. It's actually outside of the Viper's Pit to delay and deny all of these plans. A curveball towards the back of the site, though, as Zellsis gets the opener. Jake then also capitalizes on another one. Lockdown then coming out on the defense. A run it back, stopped right away by Aspas. Advantage still comes out here for C9. There's a big flag now from behind. cauanzin stopped, traded, saves his teammate. And Jake gets locked in. A 2 versus 1. saadhak then stop there.
Big information to get.
Change of pace for Loud 2, looking to pressure up towards Plaza. And Leaf just sprays it through the nebula. A recall there, and that's one player down for Loud as they fall back. You're gonna hear all of these footsteps. This is the perfect timing for C9 to get into B.
This causes high tide to be used in a different way as well. We see C9 take the path that it's usually blocking almost right away. Oh, but they're hovered now by Loud.
And Leaf swings in for another kill. Lockdown coming through, who's been quiet throughout this whole game in this first half. Because, you know, it was just hanging out towards that B main area pretty much the whole time, but what he needs to activate does so, and allows Cloud9 to overtake the site on B.
Placing sentry.
Final round here in the first half. Leaf making plays like that, honestly.
So a high tide for Reckoning. Just to keep Zellsis away from the back hall's control. But there's just too many numbers to play against here for Loud. There we go, even Runi. Lurk jump spawning one orb now picked up. Trailblazer confirming that there's nobody towards mid. So this is going to initiate the rotate from C9.
Love this wall. Down as soon as they get to back hall. Nicely timed, calm by the team. Hot Hands comes out, denies that plant right away.
But Loud denying vision. High Tide and Cascade, a second one coming through towards the spawn. So all that retake capability from C9. Not working too well, but at least the gunshots do. Just heard of that dink from C9 onto tuyz. A fight towards the back of the halls, a jump spot spotting two. And it's C9 over taking the site. Wall coming up for the defuse, and it's looking really good for C9 to win.
Now, didn't come out for a fight, no identification. Move to art, same thing. Identify with utility to get that opening frag. There's number 2.
Yeah. With no more utility left for Xeppaa, gotta start moving out with your bodies to try to gain that information. Unfortunately, gets punished for it. At least Lee is playing towards the back of the site. Drops a spike. Trying to get that second one, but only has a Spectre to work with. A wall then to block one side. Cascade to push towards the front. No deniability by jumping up on the wall. Plant will come down with 15 seconds left on the clock.
The denial utility from both teams on their post plants or their site takes have been so good, buying so much time and putting the pressure on their opponent right now. All onto that defuse. Loud keeping Cloud9 at bay.
Oh, onto the wall. And then spawning onto the second one in between the Sage wall.
Be a full hit. Yeah, Killjoy utilities behind. The lockdown goes out. We have to see the C9 retaliation.
This might be a time. Oh. Okay.
Predicted.
Spike Elise falls long range. Attempt to get picked up. But there's still both controllers alive here for Loud. So can re-engage into the site. The spike goes down. Planet for Belong. Thanks to the cove placed down behind by tuyz. Long range battles. All 4 players are now falling back towards Belong for Loud to play the post plant. Sage wall up, trying to get the res. Nobody's really sticking onto that spike. Finally, we do so. Jake's sticking onto that one right now. It's back to halfway. More than half. They're gonna get it. Bringing out the operator, so leveraging aspas for the space creation. The fight back towards B main. And Zellsis finally lands that shot. Got information on more.
Get out of here. I like this. They back up and Rooney's like, heal yourself. I'm not healing you. You'll probably see that in a second.
Could do that with a running back anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Now the running back can be used, so you get the full HP on that on play. A big focus here. Gamble from Cloud9 is actually leaning back towards A here. saadhak drops Runi. So that utility, but they have gambled the numbers correctly. And Loud look to take this round.
But there's a late lurk coming out here from Les the whole time towards Art. The Reckoning just to clear out the site for Loud. Looking for this plant. cauanzin unfortunately falls. As here comes the High Tide, even a cove. Not allowing any sprays to happen. And there's that lurk coming out from Les, who gets that second one onto Xeppaa. And it's up to Zellsis. Healing up with the Blaze Wall. cauanzin with 5 HP.
Round on a flank. It did so much 1 round wins, which makes it even harder to buy because the money keeps getting knocked down in the economy for C9.
Okay, you open things up with Runi, Marshall in the dome of cauanzin, and another one through the smoke. Aspas to fall, Cascade to clear up the site. Xeppaa just dancing around inside, trying to do a play off the guided light that he just did for himself, but gets punished right away. Zellsis onto a big flank. I don't even think that saadhak's in the range here of this alarm bot, so a perfect opportunity for that flank to happen. A battle towards Flower Pot. Almost getting caught into Cosmic Divide, to Astral Form, should I say.
1 enemy remaining.
As now, unfortunately, as it worked in the beginning.
Extremities held. I mean, if you're going to do one thing, start pushing out the outsides of the map. That's going to be less taking down Zellsis, though, just aware of the corners, checking everything.
Yeah. Waited for that the whole time. Yes, Runi picks up a Nora, but that res is going to be impossible. But with that first pick, Loud leaning out towards this B site. Lots of utilities available. This is a lockdown to Viper's Pit. to seal the deal. So you're gonna have
30
to
seconds
hope
left.
that the whole W for C9 to attack back is gonna work in their favor. Even harder now that Jake falls. Here it comes. Aspas landing that shot with the operator.
Double hit.
Pushed up is going to be cauanzin just around the corner. There's that Viper pit. The lean out, Jake falls. Xeppaa looking to trade it out. It's up to him and Runi on a 4 versus 2. Bladestorm also available. Held inside just by the screens outside of the Viper's pit. Elite Xeppaa gets the wallbang kill. A tap onto the spike, but footsteps are just heard left and right. Then the pit's about to fall. But then the backstab Xeppaa to get 3. A 2 versus 1, not gonna happen. Aspas